Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. I think my body has decided to spite me over the title of the last video. I will say this, I do indeed try to prioritize getting a full night of sleep. Well, technically day of sleep, since I work third shift. I have to go back to work in a few hours. I have not slept at all. I mean, it's still not that bad compared to time the way back past. There was a time where I'd usually be sleeping 1 hour a day and occasionally not sleeping at all. Or at least lately I do try to at least get 5 hours of sleep a day. It's just, sometimes it's down to 4, and today is a bit of a difficult time to sleep for some reason. Heck, back when I was married, I mean, I was the only one working. And then when I wasn't working, I was taking care of my son. And then, of course, in general, my wife wouldn't let me sleep. And then after the divorce, at least my son was coming over for the first year and a half. That being said, the first 5 years since the divorce, I spent a couple hours a day sitting in my son's bedroom, talking to his stuffed animals. His bedroom is still set up the same way it was. His bedroom has been like same for like about a decade, pretty much. The only difference is that it's just gradually getting more filled with more and more birthday and Christmas cards and birthday presents and Christmas presents that I don't know when or if I'll ever be able to give to him. Then again, I guess it's good he's not here at the moment, because as sleep deprived as I feel at the moment, I don't know if I can really function as a person anymore. Like, I feel like the likelihood of me just falling over and passing out it's not a good thing. So I'm gonna record a short video here and then try to, I have like multiple alarms set, both on my phone plus 3 actual physical alarms with the bells over there and a digital alarm over there. So I'll try to get some sleep, but I don't think I'll succeed at it. Maybe I can go to KFC and get a bunch of chicken or something. That tends to help in situations like this, to cause my body to want to go to sleep. I don't know. Most days I tend to do a lot better about sleep. I usually get at least 5 hours minimum, but I tend to try to aim for 7. ASMR tends to help, plus a pillow. Did spend some time like scrolling up some YouTube stuff. You guys ever listen to a band called Smile Empty Soul? Saw them in concert back in the 2000s. They played with bands like Hinder and Boba Flex and Noise Auction and For the Drive. I will say this. I'm certainly not the kind of person who would be mean to anyone in the future based on my own shitty past experiences in relationships. Then again, every partner I've been with has cheated on me. And, well, I have a 3-inch scar on my right arm. Remember last Christmas being married to my ex-wife by. So. And, heck, in school I got bullied a lot. So that was not fun. Still graduated high school with an honors diploma. Straight A's, 4.0, calculus, physics, chemistry. Not that I remember how to do any of that shit. Heck, I took a few years of Spanish back then. But I don't remember any of it. Like I said, I want to eventually learn how to speak German. But, heck, I want to try to learn to sing the Gregorian chants in Latin at some point. But yeah. Definitely say that like my experiences with women have been fucking awful. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate women in any way, shape, or form. I'm still cool with the idea of being friends with them, whether it's IRL or online or whatever. I just not really interested in dating them. Granted, I got rejected like 10,000 times. But then again, that was mainly before I was even married. I know the first years since the divorce, I was trying to ask women out. That was at least a few hundred more rejections, face-to-face with people. I guess the main downside when it comes to, like, why is it such a difficult thing for me to date? Well, I guess the additional trauma probably doesn't help either. Or being poor. I make enough money to pay rent and get fast food and video games. I don't think if I was going on dates, I don't know if I could afford the expense of dates. Then again, in general, a lot of my view on a lot of things have changed since back then. Like, I remember it was a few years ago, first I had the idea, like, maybe, like, do I have autism? Do I have ADHD? Do I have borderline personality disorder? I remember taking a bunch of online quizzes about that stuff, and also depression, and passing all of those things with, like, flying colors. Not that those are things you can pass, that you want to get high scores in. Also, computer and internet is not a diagnosis, and even if it was, I don't want to be fucking medicated for anything. But yeah, in general, getting sleep is good for you, but today has not been very successful on that. But yeah, in general, like, I have no issue with women, but I'm definitely more aware that there are a lot of women that are very misandrist. And at the end of the day, I'll say this: I would rather be alone than be with someone like my ex-wife ever again. And fuck. I'll say this: I tend to be a lonely person. I was never more lonely than when I was married. And the end of the day is this: I see no reason to get married ever again. What, so I can be a legally binding contract with the government with an abusive, psychotic, adulterous partner? So I can go through another divorce? So I can worry about how my child's being treated while I'm at work? So I can have another child taken away from me? So I can lose another family? So I can come home every day to being yelled at and called horrible things? Being forced to live with someone who fucking hates you for no fucking reason? In the future, I'm just gonna be gay. I would say there's two main reasons for me to be gay. One, I'm bisexual. I do find a lot of anime characters very cute. Heck, as I've said before, Kairi Ushiromiya. Let me bring her up. Shannon's pretty hot too, by the way. Then again, what can I say? I like boobs. Just saying, I think Kairi's really cute. Heck, she looks like Ivy from Soul Calibur 2. She looks like Kaoru Nagisa from Evangelion. She looks like Sare, the VTuber, the model and the IRL, like cosplay stuff. All of it's very cute. Would date all of those people. And like I said, not all women are bad. It's just in general that just seems like a lot of push in society for that to happen, and it's just in general it's hard to be romantically interested in somebody when you know all the negatives that can come from it, and basically okay, you're getting with this person, and well, here are the potential ways in which it can go bad. And again, it's like on the one hand you shouldn't worry too much about things, on the other hand it's just that, again, it's not an issue of being hateful to people, it's an issue of it's difficult to be romantically really interested in somebody when just the idea of being around them makes you think about things that are very traumatizing. So, again, it's like no negatives against people, like, certainly don't wish harm on anybody, and of course, like I said, there's lots of women out there that are really, really nice people. I'm perfectly fine with the idea of being friends and talking to people. It's just, yeah, I can say I have two main reasons to be gay. One, I like cock. Two, my experiences with women have been absolutely horrible. I don't want to go through those things again. I don't want to lose another family. I don't want to have another child taken away from me. I don't want to go through that. And in general, I want a relationship with someone who's actually kind to me and actually cares about me and would never hurt me. That being said, it definitely does not help me in terms of relationships that I'm ugly as fuck. Cthulhu reads Lovecraftian horror about me. But yeah. Though in general, if I ever do date anyone in the future, I don't think I'm ever going to tell them about any of the stuff, like whether it's my past, bad experiences in relationships, or even just like things from things with my childhood, things with other things with school, like as far as how badly I was bullied. I mean, it was basically 10 years straight of being told I should go fucking kill myself 100 times a day, every day for 10 years. I'm at least eased off last couple years of high school. And people mainly just left me the fuck alone. And in general, I can't complain too much about things. Every day you spend above ground is a good day. And there's plenty of amazing anime. I'm grateful to live in an era with video games and air conditioning and anime and Pepsi. And like I said, there's plenty of women out there that are actually really nice people. But I definitely just don't see myself being in a relationship with any of them ever. I also know there's a lot of women that are just not very nice people either. Then again, I don't see myself being in a relationship with any of them either. Then again, I've been alone most of my life. Heck, the period of time I've been alone since my divorce is longer than the entirety of my marriage and every relationship I've ever had combined. Heck, I didn't have my first kiss till I was already past American drinking age. Again, perhaps the main downside, like, the debuff of just not being attractive. We'll say this, whoever I'm dating in the future, I want it to be someone who actually finds me attractive. I don't think I've ever actually met anyone in real life who actually thought I was attractive. Every relationship I've ever been in, the people made clear at the end of the relationship that they were expressly lying to me. And they were only in relationships with me for ulterior reasons. And it's like, that's... Then again, I'm still grateful I had all those relationships. And heck, the day my son was born was still the happiest day of my life. I will say this. I knew this following statement before I even got with my ex-wife. And it's still true looking back on it, that if I hadn't got with her, I would have never had a wife or a child ever. I basically married the only woman on the planet. That being said, I really did love, care about, and respect her, and think that she'd be a good wife and a good mother. I was wrong about all that. Probably just, I guess, I was probably just too desperate for the person love bombing me. Which again, I appreciate it at the moment. It was kind of nice to think for a moment that someone, liked and cared about me. So it's like, yay. And then again, I've had relationships. And again, I'm grateful for all of them. And it's, at the end of the day, looking back on that, I'm glad none of them worked out, because all those people were terrible people. And I definitely sleep a lot better nowadays than I did in the past. Today's just, I guess, a bit of an off day. Like I said, maybe my body's spiting me for trying to brag to you guys. Like, yeah, I'm getting a good night's sleep every day, guys. I'm taking care of myself. And it's like, I guess some part of my body's like, nope, that can't be the case. So I don't know if I'm going to get any sleep. I didn't even plug the charge for the laptop in. I better plug that in before it dies. Forgot to do that. Either way, I'm going to need energy drinks before I go to work. I'll probably have to drink a gallon of Red Bull. I need to start selling Red Bull in a milk jug just for me. Then again, at least I sleep a lot better. And again, it's better than the previous jobs I've done. Because I know previous jobs I had to work a lot more hours. And I know when I was working for Skynet, when I was building those Terminators, I know, a little bit facetiousness there, but multiple of my previous jobs, particularly the one I refer to as building the T-800s, that job had me constantly going to work early and doing extra hours. At least this job doesn't hardly ever do that. But I was living off of Advil and caffeine To the point that my chest, my heart was in constant pain. Like, if I had kept doing that for too much longer, I was gonna die of a heart attack. Granted, not really the best thing for me at the moment today, just because I'm not sleeping the best, and, well, probably gonna have to take an absurd amount of caffeine today. But I'll tell you this. Even if I only sleep a couple hours a day for the rest of the week, that's still sleeping so much better than I ever did during my marriage. Or even, like I said, the initial aftermath of the divorce. Just like I said, I didn't miss my ex-wife. I was a little bit emotionally hurt at, the abuse and trauma and stuff and betrayal. I was mainly just upset that, where's my son? My child's not here. My family's gone. So that was an adjustment. Just sitting in my son's room, reading Winnie the Pooh to stuffed animals. I know one of the first videos I did on this channel was me trying to read that for a laptop, but instead of sounding happy and cheerful like I would when I would actually read to my son when I was younger, I just sounded like really angry and sad. So like a lot of rage and grief. So I sounded like a fucking demon. To be fair, I was just like kind of emotional, I guess. Heck, like 4 years ago, I made a video. YouTube wouldn't let me upload because it was too long. Like, oh, you can't have video longer than 12 hours. It's like 13.5 hours long. Spent like 7+ hours that straight just crying at screaming volumes non-stop and laughing at screaming volumes. And it wasn't like, during the 7 hours you cried for a few minutes. No, it was like 7+ hours straight of just non-stop bawling my eyes out, face covered in snot and tears, while I'm screaming, crying, and laughing all at the same time. And eventually, I guess, the human body has a stress limit. So eventually I just sort of like got lightheaded and fell over and shake quite a bit and was projectile vomiting everywhere and puking all over myself. And so apparently there's a stress limit for the human body, I guess. My bad. And the thing is, I got to, in the end, I chose not to re-record, like play OBS and play the video, let it re-record itself. Because initially I was thinking, like, I can just push play on this, let it record itself, and I can just take a nap, like, the next day. But it's like, as I was hearing parts of it, it's like, it's not like I didn't upload it because it makes me sound bad or cringe, because honestly, it's every video. Everything I say makes me sound stupid and awful and pathetic. And everything makes it sound cringe. So nothing I say paints me in a good light. Everything is just, hi, I'm Lunar D8. I'm a loser, listen to me be sad. Oh, here's all this shitty stuff that's happened to me because I'm just a loser. So it doesn't make me sound good at all. It's just video of like, hey, hi guys, here I sound pathetic, and anyone listening to this loses all respect for me as a person whatsoever. That's fine. I'm not. This isn't about trying to make a good impression on people so I can sell fucking merchandise. I don't make any money from this channel. It's just a place for me to be myself without a filter. I just am fully aware that that's very unpalpable to everyone. That it's just that everything about me, both my appearance and just me as a person, is basically just disgusting to everyone. But that's not why I didn't upload that one long ass video, even in chunks. The reason I upload it is because listening to myself make those sounds and like crying at screaming volumes and laughing at screaming volumes, like sometimes doing a laugh while sobbing uncontrollably for hours straight while at screaming volumes. Listening to that just made me feel really sad. And I felt it was just too painful to re-listen to, and I'm like, I don't want to hear myself make those sounds again. I don't want to ever make those sounds again. Heck, I'll put a link in the description to like a little short by there's a person by the name of Pearl. Granted, the story of the guy in that situation, details are different. Like, I imagine there's, for most men, the details of the story are different than their own personal lives. And yet I feel there's many, many, many men who feel like listening to that is, on a very personal level, it sounds like you're just listening to yourself, to your own experience, to something you yourself personally relate to. So that's the thing, even though like lots of men out there, like I said, I'll put a link in the description. It's like a little short thing. It's like 30 seconds or something. And she's talking about a guy who like went through a pretty shitty situation. And it's like, yeah, I imagine there's most men listening to that. The details and the exact circumstances are going to be very different from person to person. And yet I feel like there's a large number, if not millions of men who can listen to that story and they feel that it's very personal and something that feels like their own life. And heck, there's even women out there, even VTubers even, who will like watch the Pearl videos or stuff by like Sargon of Akkad, if I'm remembering the guy's name right. It's like, I think he's a British dude. Or various other people in that, you know, little niche of YouTube. And they'll react to it, and they're at least honestly, some of these women that are reacting to this stuff seem to be the most sane, kind, empathetic people there are. And they seem like they're pretty smart. Like, heck, there's a lot of people out there like, say, Smug Alana and Kirsha, who are, well, they at least know more about what's going on in the world than most people. And they both seem like, at least what I set the bar for, what I think is a normal. And again, there's lots more VTubers, and even people that aren't VTubers. I mean, heck, there's a Sydney Watson, Pearl, Shawan Head even. Like, I think it's nice that there's people that, or at least everyone's taking their own jump into the foyer of trying to just have a civil debate like Charlie Kirk style about stuff. And yeah, I don't agree with people on everything, but you don't have to agree with someone on everything to respect them. You can listen to people and like, okay, this person's smart, and I'll listen to their point. Heck, there's a lot of things where I'll watch something that's okay, I don't agree with all the points made, but I'm at least trying to listen and understand where the person's coming from. And they seem like they're trying to do the same thing. Heck, I enjoy like listening to Asmongold, his take on things. And of course, I mean, heck, if I could suggest people out there, there's a dude called Sandman, Raging Golden Eagle, Replicant Fish, Insolent Audits, Taylor the Fiend, Undead Chronic. And it's just, there's lots of people that just give their own takes on things, and it's just, I'll listen to that stuff, try to understand where they're all coming from. But at least I appreciate that there are some good people out there that actually have a heart and actually, are smart and not delusional. And I mean, I understand we all have some kind of mental illness. Then again, at least my mental illness is I'm not hurtful to anyone. It's just, I talk to myself and I'm kind of depressed. Don't really remember what a hug feels like, aside from the occasional time I give my mom a hug. I love my mom very much. I also tend to be a bit antisocial. Most of my time is I go to work and then, I don't know, pursue other interests, but I tend to want to try to pursue a lot of hobbies, but sometimes I'm just sort of lost in thought. But like I said, I've been trying to sleep better. And for the most part, I think I've been doing a good job. I've been doing a good job of trying to sleep better. It's just today, apparently, for some reason, my body's just like, nope. You can't go to sleep. Again, I feel like my body's just sort of spiting me. Like I made the title of the previous video, like, I prioritize getting a good sleep nowadays, guys. Like, I'm doing good on that. And then it's just my body's like, well, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm like, fuck. So, if anything, I'll probably get some Red Bull and 5-hour energies and pour the 5-hour energy into the Red Bull. I don't know. You know what I think I'll do? I'm going to buy some rock stars and full throttles, and I'm going to mix them together. See how that turns out. And I'm gonna put them in empty Pepsi bottles and drink it at work. I do manual labor third shift. Whoever I date in the future, like I said, in general, I don't really want to ever discuss with them, or even let them know, like, the shit I've been through. Because I don't want the person to pity me, and I don't want them to feel like they need to stay with me out of, like, concern of, like, my, like, mental health or anything. I don't want them to be with me over, like, fucking sympathy or shit. I want them to be with me because they find me attractive and enjoy spending time with me. At the same time, like, especially from, like, the school stuff, and I mean, heck, there was so many times, like, I remember, like, being 13, just getting the fucking shit kicked out of me for, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. Just getting slammed into a brick wall, like, 5v1, yay. Great fucking odds. Getting kicked in the ribs, kicked in the face, stomped on, slammed brick wall, getting punched thousands of times. Fucking sucked. Just saying, in general, between that and a lot of other things, I feel like if I'm dating someone in the future and they just sort of like raise their hand around me, I'm going to flinch. And I don't want to have to try to explain why I'm flinching. I don't, like, because I feel like that's awkward and uncomfortable, and I don't want them to pity me, and I also don't want to like them to like respect me less. I mean, it's not exactly something that isn't just completely fucking emasculating. It's like, oh, you were bullied a lot. Oh, you went through not so savory things when you were younger and stuff. What's this? Oh, your relationship when you were married. It's like, even though you're a man, you were the victim of domestic violence. It's like, heck. Even at the very end of the relationship, you know, you think I would feel less awkward saying this. But basically, yeah, just fuck. Just saying. For somebody that was really eager to fucking be cheating on me and divorcing me and being an abusive bitch, she still wanted to have sex. We had a lot of sex most of our marriage, and then at the very end when, you know, we're filed for divorce and she's actively getting cream pie trying to conceive a child by another man and is an abusive, psychotic, domestic violence person mistreating me and our child and just fucking insane. Still wanted sex and didn't exactly take no for an answer all the time. I didn't want to have sex anymore because that's just fucking gross and disgusting. But again, yeah, I'd say no repeatedly, shove her away. Nope, I at least made sure I wore a condom. But no getting around the fact that, okay, I got raped several times. Yay. That's depressing. More reason for I'm just like at this point kind of just less interested in vaginas. Again, no issue against women as people. It's just at some point my subconscious mind has basically decided to equate vaginas like with death. Okay? So it's kind of hard to be romantically interested in somebody when it's just... I'll say this, at least I can look down at the 3-inch scar on my arm to at least acknowledge that, yes, it was that fucking bad. Then again, it went into like a half a year after I was officially divorced, I even acknowledged myself that counts as abuse. And it was like a couple years later, starting to at least come up with the idea, like, does that count as domestic violence even though I'm a man? I'll say this, I'm still saying the day my son was born is the happiest day of my life, and I'm glad, I'm very happy and grateful to God for him, and I'm happy that he's alive and well and healthy and happy and safe. Like I said, his well-being is a lot more important than my petty emotions about how I feel or missing him or something. You know, me being sad about that kind of stuff. It's far less important than the fact that, okay, he's safe where he is, and he's happy, and he's alive. That being said, you think I would just get the fuck over things, but it's like, again, I mean, every time I go to Walmart, like, there's some person with a little baby in a cart crying, or some father there with his kid, and the kid's like, Daddy, Daddy, and it's like, again, I don't cry in public in front of people, but it's like, I feel like I want to drop to my knees and start screaming and crying. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, most days, like 90% of days, I'm crying a bit. But at least that's all, you know, in my own home. Occasionally I might cry a little bit during a video. But at least, you know, with exception of things like where, you know, people died and shit, I generally don't cry in front of other people. It's like 5:16 now. Well, I'm gonna just end the video. I didn't read anything. But it's just... maybe I can get 2 hours of sleep or something, maybe. I know I was thinking about putting some links in the description, but I don't remember what they were. You'll have to like remind me in the comments, or I'll have to like listen to the video again, but I definitely don't feel like doing that right now. Oh, the pearl thing, yeah, right. Okay, gotcha. I do think this story is really good. I like Umineko. It's a good story. Saying Higurashi. Yunyun's good too, but I want to try to finish Umineko before I go back to Yunyun. After that, I mean, I don't know. At some point, I might try to make an VTuber model and do some more terrible karaoke. But yeah, it's just in general, say like there's a, like, in some ways, like there's going to be a few things of additional bullshit that whoever I date in the future is going to have to deal with, like certain things I'm going to insist upon, like we'll call them my high standards that I have now. Like, the main thing I can tell you right now for a high standard thing, like something that I tolerated in all my other relationships, but I won't tolerate in future ones, is not letting me sleep. Basically, that's like toxic rule number one I have now. Like, that's my new high standard that I have for whoever I date in the future. That no matter what is going on, that whoever I date in the future, no matter what kind of relationship I have with whoever it is in the future, like, I'm going to be selfish. Like, I'm absolutely setting down this, like, really, like, bedrock rule that no matter what's going on, like, any relationship or dating I have in the future, I refuse to be sleep deprived because of it. Basically, I refuse to ever be in a situation where I'm being forced to, like, not sleep or sleep like an hour or two a day. Basically, that's my new high standard. That's like my toxic rule that I'm gonna, like, force on any relationship I have in the future. Like, whoever I date, whoever I'm in a relationship in any way, shape, or form with, regardless of whatever's happening in the relationship, regardless of any reason that might ever come up, even if it's the fucking apocalypse, I'm getting sleep. Now, of course, I might still struggle some days, but again, that'll be just because of my body apparently hating me like it does today. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to tolerate, a partner that's, not letting me sleep, or having stuff going on with the partner, or like a lot of drama and stuff to where it's preventing me from getting sleep. Like, that's, like, I'm going to have certain, like, very high standards. Like, also, like, whoever I'm with, they should think I'm cute, and they should give me compliments and tell me I'm attractive, and, not be violent or cheat on me. Or probably be possessed by demons. I mean, that's also, again, I'm like pretty, you know, I'm gonna put a rule out there, like I'm not gonna date anyone that's possessed by the devil, you know. I know it's kind of weird for people, like, I know a lot of the red pill channels usually like criticize women for like having higher standards when they go through after a divorce, and here I'm having higher standards after having a divorce. But like I said, the main thing I'm saying is an absolute ironclad rule, that unbreakable rule that is like basically like the really super high standard that I'm gonna hold is that whoever I date or have a relationship in the future with, I am not going to let it interfere with my ability to get a good night's sleep. I will still try to prioritize getting at least 5 hours of sleep a day, minimum. So that, like, I know, again, it's kind of weird. I'm making high standards here, guys. And I know I shouldn't be. Like, I know it sounds weird, like, oh, you're raising your standards after having been through shitty relationships. But as much as that's hypocritical of me to do, I'm do it. You know, I'm setting that, that's a very firm rule I'm putting down there. That whoever I date in the future, whoever I have a relationship with in the future with, I am not going to let that take away from my ability to sleep. I will still insist on trying to get a full night's sleep every day. Now again, there will still probably be some days where I will not sleep the best, like today. Or at all, apparently. But that'll just be an off day where it's because of my own body and stuff, or my own psychology, I guess. You know, being too emotionally wound up or something. I don't know. Maybe I didn't eat enough KFC or something. Because I really think that if I'd earlier, around like 11, if I had gone to KFC and got some KFC, I probably would have got to sleep. I feel like eating stuff like that is like a necessity for my body. Otherwise, it's just... It doesn't stop being awake. But then I still need to take, even if I sleep well, I need caffeine to be at work in order to, you know, do a job to where I can be alert. But again, at least it's so much better than my previous job, because previous jobs, it was like they were asking you to work way too quickly at certain things to where it was beyond human ability. So you were like constantly chugging caffeine just so you can push yourself past your limit, which is so unhealthy. At least this, I only need the caffeine because I'm not having enough sleep. It's not like it's an everyday thing. It's not like I'm having a fucking milk jug of Red Bull and Monster every day. And heck, even though I'm ugly as fucking shit, I represent myself as a cute twink on the internet. Because... you know, I kind of don't like being ugly. I would like compliments. I would like to be told that I'm cute. I dislike the idea of being ugly. I like the idea of being told that I'm attractive and cute and, you know, not disgusting. That the general feeling that I would rather people look at me and get a boner than, you know, the reality of feeling that anytime somebody looks at me, they probably puke inside their mouth. And it's like, one of these options is preferable to the other. So yes, I'm going to represent myself as a cute twink for the most part, which you'll see in most of the community posts. Though whatever I use for a thumbnail for this video is not going to be cute. It is not going to be attractive to look at. It's going to be like fucking Uncanny Valley bullshit I'm going to use for this thumbnail. We're basically going to have a picture of fucking like Canon. You know, we're going to have... No, I clicked a button. We're going to have a picture of this dude. But, you know, sleep deprived. And maybe just a pinch of just a closer representation of the fucking horror story that is Cthulhu's nighttime reading habits. Just saying, whatever I use for a thumbnail, it's gonna look like somebody that's Uncanny Valley. It's going to look like somebody that's sleep deprived, and it's going to look like somebody that's extremely ugly. So basically, it's just going to be me. Heck, I'll put like I'll put 3 videos in the description. The first one will be the Pearl. I probably should write this down. I can remember. I'm going to end the video soon so I can remember. I'm going to do the Pearl video. Then a Smile Up to Soul album. You guys can listen to that band. It's pretty cool. And then the third link will be... I did a video once that's I called Face Reveal. So... yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm laying that rule out there. In the future. Whoever I'm dating or in a relationship with, I'm not going to be sleep deprived in the future. Like, basically, I'm going to have an ironclad rule with whoever I'm dating to basically be like, hey, I know we're in a relationship, but regardless of anything that's ever going on between us, I'm still getting sleep every day. That's a rule. That's a standard. That's a boundary I'm putting down. Okay? The boundary I'm putting down is that I insist, no matter what, that I try to get a good night's sleep every day and be remotely in good health. You know, basically, I'm not going to be sleep deprived. I'm not going to let somebody be sleep deprived. Even if it's something that, like, they're not doing anything bad themselves, it's just circumstances around them would lead to influencing me to be in a sleep deprived state. I'm not going to do that. Basically, I'm going to be like, hey, it's like I know we're dating, but I'm really sleepy, so I'm going to go to sleep now. And I'm going to, like, be unconscious for, like, 7 hours. And I don't want you to wake me. Like, I want to actually sleep and get proper rest and be well rested. So yeah, that's my high standard that I'm putting down there, guys. Is that whoever I date or have a relationship in the future with, I am absolutely insisting that I am getting a good night's sleep every day. Anyway, I'm going to end the video, maybe get sleep. I don't know if I should even bother saving. It's 5:30 p.m. and we haven't read anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna end the video because I'm gonna try to get. It's been an hour. How did I? We didn't read. It's been almost an hour. How? People can say, "Oh, that's an hour you could have spent sleeping." We know how that was working out. I don't know why today was apparently just... I don't know. Like I said, I'll buy some rock stars and some full throttles and I'll mix those together. And that should get me through the day. Though I don't know if I'll record anything tomorrow. If I do, I'll probably record a video like when I get home. I'll take a shower, and I'll probably record a short video. And then heck, I know a couple videos I made a couple weeks ago was like, I made 2 videos basically showering with Lunar. Basically, there are a couple of videos where I'm in the shower. No, I made the thumbnails for that to be pictures to represent me, but you know, I'm a cute twink in those pictures. Because I prefer representing myself as not ugly. So, anyway, I hope everyone has all the hugs and head pats you could ever want or need, and thanks for listening. I vaguely remember what I'm going to put in the description. The pearl thing, the smile of the soul, and the face reveal. Okay. Oh, I'll put a 4th video in there. I made an apology video once. It's actually me trying to sing a song by Boba Flex. That being said, despite the lyrics of the song, you know, I've never done meth or been with a prostitute. But you know, those be the lyrics of the song. And I wanted to make an apology video, and I thought that would be hilarious to sing and apologize for nothing. Plus, in general, I like Boba Flex. And again, it's like, I don't have to agree with everything, you know, a person talks about to respect him as a person. Same way I don't need to, you know, identify with everything in a song to listen to it. Like Snowblind. It's a song by Black Sabbath. It's about cocaine. I think it's an amazing song. I sometimes sing it to myself. I think it's really enjoyable. That being said, I've never done cocaine. Never done any illegal drugs. Never smoked anything in my life. That being said, I wonder who's more sleep deprived, me or a person who smokes meth. Then again, at least if I were smoking meth, I wouldn't be fucking fat. It's like, seriously. I am 5'11" and 201 pounds. For European people, I'm 180 centimeters tall, and I'm 91 kilograms. I have a big belly. I have never had a 6-pack in my lives. I am a fucking fat ass. I doubt I'll ever take medication for depression, like antidepressants, just because I know that stuff is, like, once you get on that kind of stuff, you kind of have to keep taking it forever, and it's extremely dangerous. Like, it actually is life-threatening to people if you take that shit and you stop taking it. Heck, I know there are some people that, like, get doses of ketamine from their doctors and shit over that. I will say that there's a song called Ketamine. It's got a cute purple-haired anime boy, and I keep adding more things I want to put in the list of stuff. I'm gonna, like, not be able to remember anything now. Do I have a pen anywhere? Like, there's a song that's Ketamine, but also I know there's a song, Shiki, with purple-haired anime boy laying in the grass, and I feel like it's a good representation of me as a person, both the physical appearance in terms of how I want you guys to view me, and just the mood. Anyway, I am struggling to be conscious at this point, which is gonna suck if I feel this way at work. So fucking tired. And yet, I can't sleep. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video, upload it, and I'm gonna hop back in bed, cuddle up my body pillow, roll over a bunch, look at the wall, and be like, why can't I sleep? Fuck. Anyway, bye.